evening and welcome to Hungary Report, starting off public media and one's foreign language news shows. I'm Csenga Gabriela Ibolya with today's news from Hungary and the Carpathian Basin. Let's begin. On June 16th, Hungary commemorates 1956's Martyrs' Day. 64 years ago, the late Prime Minister Imre Nagy and his fellow martyrs who were sentenced to death in a legal trial were executed on that day. In 1989, the heroes were reburied on the same day. Former President János Áder spoke at plot 298 of the new public cemetery in Budapest about the fact that those executed in '56 were often buried in an unknown, unmarked place, secretly, as a way of humiliation even in the afterlife. Martyrs could receive a funeral service only many years after their death, and that day was a day of hope. The government is extending the price caps the Prime Minister has announced on his social media page. Viktor Orbán said that the price caps for petrol and food will remain in force until the 1st of October. So until then, the price of fuel will certainly be 480 forints per litre, and certain foods will not become more expensive. The credit moratorium and interest rate halt will also be extended until the end of the year. Hungary is on the side of peace and will not drift into the war in Ukraine. This is guaranteed by the Hungarian National Army and Hungary's NATO membership, the Minister of Defense said at a meeting of NATO defense ministers in Brussels. Kristóf Szalai Bobronitsky emphasized Hungary's allied commitment that defense force development in Hungary will continue in accordance with common commitments. Improving the living conditions of pensioners and preserving their dignity should not be the subject of party political competition, but of national cooperation. This was stated by the Speaker of Parliament at the opening of the National Retirement Parliament session. László Kövér emphasized that the first step of a responsible pensioners policy is to provide the necessary financial conditions with a good economic policy. Weapons held without a license were seized by police and the Counter-Terrorism Centre. It is suspected that the owner of the arms store first sold 5,500 pieces of ammunition for which he did not have an official permit. He later sold another 1,000 rounds of ammunition to a buyer who did not have a gun license. Police seized dozens of firearms and nearly 10,000 different caliber ammunition. Some of them were not included in the Hungarian register. And that's all for now, but don't forget you can catch Hungary Reports every night after 11 o'clock news and online as always. Do stick around and watch our German, Russian and Chinese language news. Thank you for watching and have a lovely evening.